We are going to hear first from Kathleen. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kathleen and why she's so fabulous. We're going to hear some from her, and then she is going to spell out for us what a national area is and how to build one. And then we're going to do some talking about dreams and visions, and which is the theme of the evening. So I want you guys to all, in this whole time, really be thinking about dreams and visions. Your own dreams. For some of you that are new, you may not realize yet that you have just walked into a place that allows you to have enormous dreams. And most of our lives, we are told to squash our dreams, or we just naturally do because we get disappointed so many times. This is the most beautiful place you can be in your life because dreams come true here. You can dream a dream, and then you can push out the sides and out the top and make your dream bigger and bigger and bigger, and it can still come true. And that is an amazing thing to get your mind around. And so that's what we're doing tonight, is to get our mind around what this is in your life, what it can be, what you can make this, and what you've stepped into you don't even realize. So we're going to be doing that. Then we're going to be doing we're going to take a few minutes out so we can each write down our own visions. And then at the end, we're going to break out into units so we can have just little brief unit meetings for ongoing. The other thing that I want to say is that we had just finished our Mary Cade year at the end of June. All of our units had fantastic years this year, and there's a lot to celebrate. We're going to be doing the full celebration on Monday the 23rd at Lake Julian, which is a very casual, fun, easy picnic time. There'll be lots of prizes awarded, lots of fun stuff. You can all bring your families. We're going to have great food, and everybody can just run around, the kids, the spouses, the others, the in-laws, whoever, just bring them. And y'all come on. We're going to have fun with that. But tonight, we are really excited about what we've done, but we are, before we celebrate what we've done on the 23rd, we're already starting to look towards this year. So this is our Mary Cade New Year. This is our goal-setting party, not goal-setting, intention-setting party, and visioning party. And so that's what we're really all about. So we're going to start out with talking to Kathleen. Kathleen is my personal recruiter, my senior director, and y'all see her every week at meetings. And some of you that are brand new, that we haven't had a meeting in just a little while, but so you may not be as familiar, but you see Kathleen every week at meetings, and you may not understand just exactly who she is, but she is a big deal in Mary Cade, and we are really, really, really fortunate to have her as a part of our Mary Cade journey, because not everybody in Mary Cade gets to have a resource like Kathleen, or somebody who's accomplished as much as Kathleen. So I'm going to read her accolades, and I'll quit talking about her. Okay, so Kathleen began her Mary Cade journey in October of 1982. She became a director that first year in 1983, and that's almost 30 years ago. She was a labor and delivery nurse with 2 small children at the time. She earned her first Mary Cade, earned her first car in Mary Cade. Made available besides the pink Cadillac. Oh, her first car before the pink Cadillac was a tan Forenza. Is that it? Forenza? I'm not sure I even remember what a Forenza is.
No,
youngster.
it was way before. I think there are Forenzas now, but they're like full cars. No, it was definitely not.
She quickly moved to the pink Cadillac because she didn't want to drive the tan Forenza. She has earned over 20 cars, winning as many as 3 different ones in 1 year, and currently driving her 15th pink Cadillac. Woo! She had a baby in Mary Cade, who is Jeremy, her 24-year-old, and he's in the Navy in Japan. Donnie and Daphne live in the area, her other children, and Kathleen has 3 grandchildren. Chloe, 11, Noel, 8, and Mary Ella, who is 6 months old.
Aww.
Baby. Kathleen and Don have lived in the Mills River area for 21 years. They moved here for Don to take a teaching job. Kathleen has earned 12 gold medals, which is a big deal at Mary Cade, 15 diamond rings. She's been in the Circle of Achievement, which is a club that shows how much her team has sold throughout the year 20 times.
Wow.
Holy cow. Which means that her team has sold over $300,000 up to nearly $500,000 each of those years. She's been a star consultant for 100 quarters next quarter.
Woo.
100 consistent quarters.
Yeah.
100,
Wow.
like, she doesn't take a break from star consultant. She doesn't stop and start. She just goes straight through. And which is why she is where she is. A little hint there, just in case you didn't catch that. Her highest check in Mary Cade has been over $10,200 in 1 month. And her income has been over $100,000 for 8 years. and over $80,000 for 10 years prior to that. Can any of y'all get used to that? Yes! She currently has 4 first-line directors, 2 second-line directors, and 2 DIQs. However, Kathleen has helped 15 women become directors and earn cars. Some of them have retired, and some are doing other passions that they have. Let's hear it for Kathleen. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do this in sort of a little interview format because I really want y'all to understand what a national area is. Kathleen has a really big dream, and it is the beauty of Mary Cade that a big dream like that can absolutely come true, and that there's a plan to make it come true, and we just work the plan and it happens. And so we're here tonight to show y'all what that is, let you know how it works, and show you how each and every single one of us are a part of Kathleen's big dream. And by becoming a part of her dream, your dreams will be coming true at the same time, which is the other cool part about how this all works. So I'm going to ask Kathleen some questions about becoming an NSD. So National Sales Director, from here forward, National Sales Director is NSD. So anytime you hear me say NSD, this is National Sales Director. So we are sales directors. I'm a senior sales director. You are a senior executive sales director. There's a lot of titles that are totally confusing on the way up. But she is on the way up, way above the rest of us. So anyway, the big hoorah is National Sales Director. And for a gazillion reasons, National Sales Director is the dream of dreams. So that's what we want to talk to with Kathleen. So I'm just going to ask her a few questions and let her share with us her visions of this. So first of all, Kathleen, will you explain to us what is an NSD and why we should all want to be a part of our own national area?
Yeah. Okay. You know, if you're new or you are really doing Mary Cade on a very part-time basis, you may not have really checked into exactly how high you can go in the company, what all you can do. And the first thing I want to tell you about National Sales Director is that it actually is a position that Mary Cade created so that when she passed away, the company wouldn't go kaputs. Did you ever think about that? Here she is. I mean, talk about a smart businesswoman. She created a company so that when she passed away, the national sales directors would all be in place, and essentially they are the women who run Mary Cade. I know that you think that you know there's a corporate building in Dallas, Texas, and we have a CEO, we have a president, and all those good things. However, the real power and the real running of our company is with national sales directors. And so Mary Cade decided that she would have a criteria for women who wanted to be at the very top of the company and give them an opportunity to really reach the top. And so she created the position of National Sales Director. And it has evolved over the years. But, you know, one of the things about being a National Sales Director and the way that it works is that you are in a National Sales Director area as a consultant. Almost all consultants come from a National Sales Director. And who is your National Sales Director is by who you've been recruited by in the company. And until recently, we had a National Sales Director. Her name was Jacque, and she recruited somebody who recruited Sandra, who recruited me, who recruited and all of you. So we were called in the Jacque national area. She retired. So we are now in what's called the Sapphire Go-Give area, which is not really that great because we have no voice to the company, really. The national sales directors not only really influence everything that goes on in the company, but they have the power to do any changes, to make new things happen. They're totally involved, you know, with the products, with the programs, with the contests, with everything. They go to Dallas on a regular basis. They are all assigned different places in the company that they are groups of. You know, maybe you didn't even know some of this stuff, that they actually meet and decide all of things for all of us. So by not having a national sales director, it just kind of lumps us kind of out there. And while our company is awesome and the other national sales directors are looking out for us, we really don't have a voice in the company, and it's a huge deal to not have that. That's just a very small part of wanting to have a national area. You know, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, because usually what I do is train and empower and concentrate on you and what you want from the company. You know that Mary Cade always said that if you will help enough women get what they want, then you will get what you want. Now, who ever heard of that? But you know what? That is my mindset. And, you know, over the years, as you heard, you know, I've won the cars, and a lot of those I had to pretty much do myself. My team wasn't really with me on it, you know, and you can. You should be very encouraged. If you want a car, then you can get a car. You can do it, and you can do it on your own. You want to be a director, you know what? Lots of us who became directors, maybe we had a little help. Maybe we had one or two people that team built along with us. But you know what? You know what? A lot of us didn't. I didn't. I had 0 people helping me, just because I didn't know how to have them help me anyway. So I just did it, and you can too. But there's something that I can't not do by myself, and that is become a national area. And do you know why? Because really, a national area is all about you. It's really you. To become a national area, we need to have 20 women. You are going to see this board every single event that we have. And I want you, as we're talking, I want you to sit there and think about something. Do you want your name on this board? Do you want to be one of the 20 women who take us to national? This is the only opportunity you are ever going to have in your entire life to become the charter member of a national area. This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen again. So as you can see, we have 6 women already in line here. And something else I should explain to you, that in order to become a national area, you need 20 women, and they can be any combination, first line and second line. What does first line mean? First line means personal directors that I have recruited. They came from my team. Second line are like directors who come from my personal directors, and that would be like Mary Cade and all these women here. And then we have third line, and Jacque is part of third line, and she's a DIQ down here. We have another one, Roxanne, up in Pennsylvania. And even though the third line cannot be part of the 20, the third line are like totally crucial to us when we become a national area, because when we debut as a national area and we're all standing on stage, and you know, about 4 years ago, we had good seats. We've always had good seats at seminar because
I'll do.
yes, you do. Because it depends on how much your team sells during the year as to where you sit at Dallas. Did you know that? So you want to really sell well all year. And we had good seats. We were in the balcony right in the front of the stage. And I'll never forget, as I was sitting there, they were having a debut of a national sales director. And when you debut as a national sales director, you and your family and any of your family get to come onto the stage, and all of your offspring directors, first line, second line, third line, fourth line, everybody counts, and everybody gets to stand up there. And I remember just sitting there, and it was the very first time that my heart really got gripped at the thought of becoming a national area, because I sat there and I looked at that stage and I could see my parents up there with me. They're now in their early 80s, and they have just supported me and prayed for me. My sisters have done so, my children. You know, I could just see them all there, up there, my grandchildren up there with me, and it just really, I was just crying because I was just so moved, and I could see the 25 women. I really see 25 women, not just 20, but 25 women up there, up the stairs while we're being presented. And you know, about 4 years ago, some of you already know, and I just want to tell you why I want to become a national and why it's such a passion to me. About 4 years ago, guess what I was doing? I was turning in my pink Cadillac. Because there was, yeah, I could have made payments on it. You know, that you can do that. If you go below production, you know, when you run a pink Cadillac, it's not just, hello, here you go, it's for free, now have a happy time for 2 years. That's not the way it works. And you have to do a certain amount of sales, you have to do a certain amount of production. If you don't, then they will dock your commission check and a certain amount each month. Well, you know what? There was no way that I was going to do that. And I've never really been prideful about having a Cadillac. So that wasn't it. It wasn't the fact that I was going to turn it in and be, you know, humiliated or anything. That was not the way I felt. I was very glad that they let me take what's now the Equinox. They let me take that car. And the reason that I did is because I figured that if Mary Cade was giving free cars, that I should have a free car. I wasn't willing to make payments just to make myself look better. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was very hard. In fact, it was so hard that my Equinox sat at the dealer for an entire month while they called me every week to come and turn my pink Cadillac. But I didn't want to. And you know, in your Mary Cade journey, you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. That's just the way life is, and it's that. And I know there's a lot of women in Mary Cade who just come in and go constantly up, and I'm so happy for them. But I had some learning to do, and you know what? At that time, I couldn't figure out what I was doing differently, and why things weren't working, and I still can't figure it out. But you know what? I heard Mary Cade say, "Do not concentrate on what is going wrong. Concentrate on what to do right." And so that's what I did. So I never did figure it out. So if you ask me what happened, why that all happened, I have no clue. However, it was a very difficult point in my life, and I decided that, you know what, I really love this product. I love this company. Don't you just love doing your makeovers and going to your parties and watching the change in those women and men? We gotta learn to add the men. You know, how about the times when you can hardly take the mirror out of their hand? Doesn't that ever happen to you? I mean, it's such an awesome thing that we do. And then you put on top of that, oh my goodness, this career. Even at my lowest point, I never doubted that this was not the best thing that I could possibly do, or that it was a life-changing experience for other women. And yes, there are a lot of women who come into, and men who come into Mary Cade and who are very happy campers. They earn $100, $200 a week. They're good, that's good, and that's fine. However, it can be so much more, and it is for thousands and thousands of women. So, oh my goodness, how could I, be doubtful? I wasn't doubtful, ever. But what happened through that is that I really realized that that my experience in Mary Cade has always been, and you all know this, that I've pretty much supported our family with Mary Cade. Mary Cade has never been for me this little hobby thing that I do, and I'm not putting down anybody that does it that way, but from my experience, I don't relate at all. And I know that, especially right now in this day and age, and I would suspect that many of you sitting on the porch here tonight, you really, really need this Mary Cade opportunity to work for you, don't you? You do. And this is something that you have become serious about. You may have come into Mary Cade on a lark, or just, because it sounded like a good idea at the time, and you just wanted to maybe get out of the house once in a while, or just do a little of this or a little of that. But you know what? Life has changed, hasn't it? And things are difficult now for a lot of us. And so what has happened is that, you know what? You can have what you want and what you need for your family financially with Mary Cade. And I am so passionate about the fact that Mary Cade, being a Mary Cade director, is what you want to do. You know what? If you're going to do Mary Cade anyway, and time in life is going to go by anyway, why not just go ahead and do it now? Do it now. Do it now when it is important. Important to you, important to your family. When you're young, most of you here are decades younger than I am. Do it when you're young and make it count for you and your family. And the best way that you can do that is becoming a Mary Cade director. And no, it's not necessarily easy, but you know what? It is so rewarding. And my passion is to help you to reach your place that you want to be in Mary Cade. And as we were talking about becoming a national area, I know that all of you don't want to become directors. I know that all of you do not want to win cars, and you know what, that is fine. But I want you to find a place for you to help us become a national area. Would you like to do that, even if it's not to become a director or to become a car driver? Would you like to have a place? Because I have a place for you. Okay, so one place that you can land this year that would just be every bit of a help to us as becoming a director or as becoming, a car driver is if